Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and this is an MG video, but you may have noticed I'm sitting in my Jaguar XK8. Now this is because, if you remember, I moved my MG from my house to my parents' to put the Lotus Esprit on my driveway, which is subject to full restoration, and I'm disassembling it on my drive at the moment. So I'm on my way now to my parents' house to get the MG, and in actual fact this is the second time in a week that I'm going there, because I drove the MG the other day over towards the Ashdown Forest, which is where I took the XK8 in the last video in this car, and it was really nice scenery over there. But when I got there, I realised that I had forgotten my memory card for my main camcorder, and I'd also forgotten my mic adapter for my action camera, which is what I'm using at the moment. So I couldn't actually film anything when I was over there, but on the way back I found this back road that I drove the MG along, which is really enjoyable to drive along, and I thought what I'd do today is go back over there on the MG, get some footage and just enjoy the drive really. So you'll join me in a minute when I'm picking up the MG. So there it is, all ready for me. What excellent service. Let's see if we can start this thing up. Okay, so we're buzzing along in the MG now after it coughed and spluttered its way into life at my parents' house. I then tried to set off with the door ajar, which wasn't the best of starts, but we're doing okay now, motoring along, and it's a little bit of a drive to that road that I was talking about on my way over to my parents' house. So I'm going to drive there now and hopefully bring you some footage of me buzzing along that back road in this car very shortly, and I'll be back again at the end of the video to kind of give you a bit of final thoughts, I suppose. So see you in a bit. So I'm just on my way back now from having a blast in the MG along these country lanes, and it's been really fun driving this car. I just had to remind myself of that after not having driven it for a little while. Well, okay, I drove it the other day, but it's much the same feelings this time around. And people kind of ask, like, why do you have, you know, an XK8 and an MGB GT and your Lotus Esprit? Surely it's best just to concentrate on one car and make it really nice. And to a certain extent, I think that would be a good idea. Certainly the Esprit restoration is going to cost a lot of money, and I'm not a millionaire, you know. I have to, you know, I've got various draws on my income, whether that's family, mortgage, and my hobby, my cars. But each of the cars I have all offer different experiences. So the XK8 is superb at long distance driving. This is fantastic at sort of B-road blasting, and the Esprit I wouldn't really call a car at the moment, rather just a rusting hulk of you know, automotive bits. But you know, I'm very much enjoying that restoration process, and so that's what that gives me at the moment, and one day it will give me that driving satisfaction, and probably again very different to this car, you know, being mid-engined, etc, etc. So that's why I'm not going to sell this car to fund the Esprit, or sell the XK8 to fund the Esprit. In fact, the only reason I'd have to sell one of my cars is to put money towards a house, and a house with a garage, which is something I'm, you know, very much in need of at the moment, but hopefully it won't come to that. But this car does need a bit of care and attention. That's evident from driving it today, you know. I mean, the car took a while to start, you know, coughing and spluttering. The engine needs a bit of a tune, always has done really, especially after putting on the customizable electronic ignition there and other bits and pieces the previous owner had put on. And also I'm getting the odd squeak and rattle from the suspension. The steering's not as direct as it used to be, so I think I've got some wear in the steering as well. And so all this stuff that I'd kind of planned to do myself, certainly the suspension parts, but I just don't think I'm going to have enough time. So the Esprit is taking up a lot of my time, and like I said, you know, family and a full-time job also pull on my time as well as my financial resources. So I think I'm going to have to look around locally for a specialist who might be able to take care of the MG and sort out certainly some of the bits which I feel it needs. And I'm hoping to do that, you know, sooner rather than later, because this car does deserve to be treated nicely. I mean, it's a lovely little car. It's not going to be a concours car, you know, it's a bit rough around the edges, but you know, I wouldn't want it any other way. It's kind of a usable classic. It's not ever going to win awards for being the most rare classic car, because there are tons of these, and there's always going to be a better one out there. But this is my MGB. It's got my blood, sweat and tears in it from previous work I've done to this car, and I never really want to sell it, and I'd love to kind of just keep it going, you know, just something to enjoy and drive the wheels off on occasion. So that's kind of it. I've kind of waffled a bit there as I'm sort of driving and not concentrating. Oh, you can see I've got some rub from the wheels as well. So yeah, losing my train of thought, but that's basically what this video is about. It's about driving this car and really just cementing in my mind that I definitely do want to do something with it to make it a nicer car to drive for when I do take it out, and to preserve it as well, obviously, as being an old vehicle. So I hope I haven't waffled on too much, and thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, me being back in the MG. I don't think it's going to be too long before I'm back in this car, again giving it another thrash, but also probably going to drive it somewhere to get it sorted out. So hopefully that's a video I'll be able to bring you in the nearish future. So until then, take very good care of yourselves, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.